Hey, what's going on guys, Migzuba here, and in today's video we're going to be taking a look at a Clerics and Angels deck for standard best of one. So Angels were kind of supported in Kaldheim, and a lot of people were super hyped about them in the beginning of the set, but they didn't really make a huge splash in the meta to say the least. But I'm trying to combine them with Clerics to have some sort of dual tribe theme, and the card that makes this all possible is Righteous Valkyrie. So you guys have probably seen this by now. 3 mana, 2/4 flyer. Whenever another angel or cleric enters the battlefield under your control, you gain life equal to that creature's toughness. Then if you have 27 life, you get +2/+2. Quick note, it's 7 more life than your starting life total. So if you play this in like Brawl, then you're going to have to get 7 more than 25. So you're going to have 32 life. Anyways, this card is like our pseudo lord. +2/+2 at 3 mana is really solid. And we surround it with a life gainy, kind of grindy cleric shell inspired by mono white. So we'll get into the list. We have 2 selfless saviors just as a solid protection spell or creature to protect either our speaker, our aspirant, clerics, Luris, Valkyrie, whatever you need it to protect. You can protect it with selfless savior. We have Luris. It's super easy to cast, pretty much we're Orzhov, so perfect mana combination for the Luris. And having the Luris plus Dog combo is just so solid, as well as reanimating it with the Call of the Death Dweller and another 2-drop. That's also a pretty good thing to do. You have the Speaker, obviously, probably one of the best clerics. We are a pseudo life gain deck, so if you can get to 27 life, you can start pumping up more angels, and you're just winning from there. The vessel is a lifelink cleric, so it helps with the lifelink theme or the life gain theme. Solid to be reanimated by either Luris, Call, or the Agadeem's Awakening, and supports our cleric theme, so when other cleric ETBs will gain a life, this will gain us a life off the life's bond. It can also just be reanimated into a large 5/5, so really solid. Also, you gain life off the Valkyrie. Village Rites, because we're in black and we have some reanimation, and I felt like I needed more power against control. We couldn't just lose to like a board wipe. And Village Rites is really solid because Extinction Event and Shadow's Verdict are the main ones. Well, it's not really great against Shadow's Verdict, but against this Extinction Event, you can make sure your creature hits the graveyard, which might be relevant as you have plenty of ways to reanimate in this deck. Aspirant, one of the better clerics as well. Solid in mono white, solid in this deck as well. We have the cleric subtype, and we can just beef up all our creatures. Heartless Act, because we just need some removal. You can run the Dire Tactics as a Orzhov removal spell, but the mana isn't stellar. Like, it's fine, but it's not like S tier mana. So we go with the Heartless Axe. Also, it takes out big creatures. And another problem with Dire Tactics that I had was that we don't have that many humans. Like, this is a human, this is a human. I think that's pretty much it. Vessel's a human as well. Everything else is vampire. Obviously, Cat Nightmare, Angel. So yeah, Dire Tactics might just burn you out or drain you out, however you want to put it. Null Priest, 2 mana Menace Lifelinker. This can gain you a lot of life incidentally, opponent, and you can also do some like weird combat tricks where they double block, you kill something, and basically make your opponent kill 2 things, where you Heartless Act one of the blockers and you kill the other one with the Null Priest, whole thing. Anyways, you can also kick it for 4 extra mana to reanimate a target creature. More reanimation, you can reanimate a Vessel, which is like okay, you get another 5/5. You can reanimate Luris, Valkyrie, some of our bigger angels. Card's okay, but you're not kicking it all that often. It's more of just another solid 2-drop. Cleric of Life's Bond helps us get to 27 life. Whenever another cleric ETBs, you gain 1 life, and it's like a Johnny for... Johnny's basically whenever you gain life, you get a +1/+1 counter on it, or Johnny's Pridemate, sorry. This one can only do that once each turn, which is like okay, but if this thing can grow easier, that'd be a lot better. What else do we have? We have 1 Heliod. The Devotion to White's going to be difficult to reach as half our deck is black, but being able to beef up our squad whenever we gain life is really key, as well as having the ability to give creatures lifelink can help us build towards 27 life or help us race. So I like 1 Heliod, wouldn't go past it. 3 Valkyries, thinking of bumping this up to 4. The problem is we don't have a deck fully made of angels and clerics. We have like dogs and Luris, so sometimes this is just a 3 mana 2/4, which isn't a bad stat line, but it's not exactly worth 3 mana without the ability. So maybe you can cut the Luris and make it more angel cleric-y themed, but I don't think that's the way to go. I think 3 Valkyries is fine, but if we're really just turbo gaining life, then we can you know, we can add another one. Call. I really like Call. It gives us more late game against pretty much every deck. Hopefully you're reanimating either a 3-drop or a 2-drop and a 1-drop. We have plenty of those cards in the deck, and a lot of creatures are really solid to reanimate. Lurrus, same rationale. We have a lot of good 1 and 2 drops we're happy to reanimate. On the 4 drops, okay, we have Freya's Retribution. So we're only running 2 of this because we're not a crazy dedicated Angels deck, which is for the same reason that I'm not running the 2-mana Valkyrie and the 5-mana enchantment that creates an angel, and whenever an angel dies, your opponent has to sacrifice a creature. We're not running those cards because we are half a Clerics deck. So we're basically running the angel cards that work with Clerics better, kind of, as it gives us a much more stable, aggressive early game. Anyways, back to the Retribution. This thing creates an angel when it ETBs, so great. Or ETBs, yeah, we'll go with that. Then all your angels turn into tap, destroy target creature with lesser power. And since your angels are typically going to be vigilant, except for Baneslayer and Legion Angel, you can, or actually none of our angels are vigilant except for this one and the one the tokens create off the speaker. But anyways, so basically if you have the vigilance, you can attack and then tap them to blow something up. But if not, you can just use your angels as removal spells, which is pretty cool. Then all your angels gain double strike, so hopefully this is a way to close the game out for you. Legion Angel, really solid 4-drop, just has the angel subtype, so we gain life when it ETBs, and we have the other ones in the sideboard naturally. One Baneslayer Angel as a top end, mostly for aggro matchups. Being able to race our opponent or just have a crazy first strike lifelink blocker is really solid. I wouldn't go past this though, but the fact that we are best of one means we're more likely to run into aggro, and this card looks a lot better against aggro. Mana base, we have 25 lands because 4 of them are bolt lands. Emiria's Call also helps us generate angels, which can be really relevant in the late game. Aghanim's Awakening, basically a discount Call of the Death Dweller that can also act as a land. So actually discount not as in the cost of mana, but as in its efficiency. Anyways, card is solid. A little bit of a nombo with your life gain theme. If you have to shock these in bolt these in very often, you're not that happy, but sometimes just being able to hit your lands is better than not hitting your lands or being screwed. But yeah, another thing is in the late game, these cards get really powerful. Fabled Passage, Pathway, pretty solid. A bit more leaning towards white because we're 26, 21, and one of each castle because we can actually activate them in these decks. Like, we run out of stuff to do sometimes, so the castles can really help. This one helps you refuel, and this one just helps you go wider in case you just can close the game that way. So that's it for the list, guys. Deck list will be in the description down below, as always. If you like the deck, be sure to drop a like on the video and consider subscribing. It motivates me to make more content. So that's going to be it from me, guys. Let's get into some games. Okay, 3 black cards, no black mana. Send this away. Okay, similar problem. Let's drop this off. We don't have any clerics yet. At least you have some stuff to do. I have not been color screwed in a while, guys. Well, that's interesting. It looks like they're mono white, so I don't think they're going to be able to interact with this right away. So I think getting it down is okay. Freya's Retribution, nice. I think I'll play one of these pre-combat. I don't know what they can have that would interrupt my speaker. Like, I don't know, a Containment Priest for whatever reason, but we're just going to play out our cards. And now we need some lands. Ideally some black lands, and there's Redain. Okay. Let's go. Swamp off the top. Sad. Sad, sad times. And it looks like they're on Banishing Light, which is very good right here because these aren't Alsaids. So we just remain sad. Still need a black source. And we can't even counterattack because of this Redain. Jesus. Okay, nice. Opponent thinks we're in a mono white mirror. We're not. We just can't cast half our hand. The majority of our hand. Their draw's been really slow too. So I'm not sure what they're on. Another Banishing Light. I have no enchantment removal. I think I'd rather just have this in the yard. Oh, we drew black. We did it, but I think we still go for this Legion Angel. Just a big flyer, so Ordained can't attack. That replaces itself. Third Banishing Light. Okay. Sure. This is why the opponent didn't do anything for the first, like, 3 turns of the game. And Foretell, what is this, like Starnheim Unleashed? Another black source is nice. It means we can start double spelling. So I can take out this Redain and play Cleric, or I could just go for Angel once again. Which I honestly don't hate. I think we just keep stocking up on Angels for a minute. They have to answer them, because if not, they won't be able to attack through Redain. I have a feeling this is Starnheim Unleashed, and that means we're going to want a big board presence. Okay. And no attacks. Okay, so we got there on that at least. Null Priest, so we don't have 6 mana yet, but once we do, we can actually start kicking it. Let's try to get in there. Swift response on the guy. Okay, I see you. I see you. I think we just keep doing this. Once we get more mana, we'll be able to like double and triple spell. And we'll grab our last angel, just showing the power of this card. Boss Recat? Okay. Oh no. If they put a counter on this Redain, we're in trouble. And now I can attack past my Legion Angel. Very good. They should have just attacked. I don't know why they didn't. Regardless, we now have 6 mana. We can actually go for a Freeze Retribution. I think we try to cheese them out. Well, I say cheese them out. We should have... I didn't expect them to play Boss Recat and put a counter on something. So now we're in this awkward situation where I'm going to attack with the Legion Angel, and then I'm going to remove the counter with the Heartless Act if they block. Actually, you know what? If they block, I think that's okay. Because then I just sack my dog. Yeah, I think that's good. I think this is worth it. We have an angel in the yard, so we can kick this and get back another angel. Or we can go for a Freya's Retribution and a Cleric of Life's Bond. I think we go for that, actually. Or unless we just want max value from this Freya's Retribution, so we go Cleric into another Legion Angel. And there's no more on the board, but card's nuts. Because we might see a Starnheim Unleashed here. Doomscar. Oh man. What is this deck? Alright. But at least we have some decent recovery plays. Not bad. This makes me want to play it first, but I don't think that's really an option. I think we're going for this kicked. And then trying to reanimate one of our angels. Where are you? There you are. Yep, no more angels to get, but at least our deck's doing stuff. We're going to see another board clear. We see a Baneslayer angel. Dies to Heartless Act. As the saying goes, doesn't die to Heartless Act. I'm an idiot. They have Boss Recat. Okay. So they can ultimate Boss Recat now, which is an actual issue. Like a very real problem. Can Agademes for 3 get back Cleric and Dog. Can also just play this, hold open Heartless Act. Can play this and the Retribution. Wonder how greedy the opponent's going to be. I think I shock this in and play both. I need 2, 3 white. Yep, okay. Or we bolt this in, sorry. Go here. And then we go here. Gain some life, and no attacks for now. Opponent can ultimate their Basrier, they can just plus on the Baneslayer Angel again, which I think they... Oh, they emblem it. Okay, fair. Based on this position, I do think we can win past a Bias-free ultimate. Oh, that's gonna suck. +1 counters on everything. So, my angels gain tap, destroy target creature with power less than this creature's power. So we actually can't take out the Baneslayer Angel here, which is awkward at best. Lots of problems this game. We can blow up the Righteous Valkyrie, which is like fine. So I think we go for that. Okay. This is what we're gonna do. Okay, and next turn we gain double strike on all our angels, so we're not dead. Gain a bit more life. Okay. So they get the Lord effect, they get another 1/1. Or, sorry, 2/2. Yep. We can chump block with the Archfiend's Vessel. Okay, so if they gain 8 life, do I care? Next turn we get double strike on everything, so this is for 8. Another 16 plus 4, so they go to 20. So hold on. Let me just do this one more time. So we go 8 damage plus another 8 damage at 16 plus 4 is 20. If I take the counters off, they go up to 19. So I think we got them. Sad Heartless Act. I can chump here. I think that's fine. I don't think it really matters. I think they're dead anyways. Yeah, they go up to 19. And then double strike should kill them. So we get there, I think. Let me just... If my math was correct. Yes, it was. Alright. Whew, close game, guys. So this was a really weird match. I feel like I've been playing against these mono-white, mid-rangey, control-y things more recently than ever. But yeah, this boss tree emblem was a big problem, and this Heartless Act should have definitely gone on this Baneslayer Angel a lot earlier before they even had time to pile counters on it. But hey, Frey's Retribution getting the job done, and Legion Angel really showing its power, so really happy with this. Okay, I think this is okay to keep. It's a little sketch, but let's go for it. Technically a 3-lander. We might have to pay some life at some point. It's definitely awkward, but once we sort it like this, it doesn't look as bad. So what are we playing tapped first? Amiria's Call or Aghanim Awakening? I think Amiria's Call is the safer bet, because we're going to need double white at some point for the Baneslayer Angel. Whereas if we draw more black sources, then we're okay. Yeah, this is what I mean. On the Awakening. So green, let's just go for the Aspirant. This might be a size matters game. And I think I'm playing this for 2 mana. We'll see. Bone Crusher Giant. Wolf Below Haven. Interesting. Okay. So, what's the plan here? I kind of want this on white as well, but I also kind of want this on black. I think we just give up on the dream of this, and... I mean... We need double white for these 2 cards. I think we just play with what we have and ignore this for a minute, so we go with white. That means that I don't get to hold open Null Priest, so we're going to pay the life to hold open Village Rites. Let's attack first, and then we'll play the Null Priest. We're missing out on a little bit of value. Yeah, no kicker, but I think it's better to stay aggressive against what looks like a ramp deck. Sorry. especially what looks like a ramp deck not in black or white speaker when we're on a relatively low life total. I'm going to be greedy and go for some life. Recognized greed. I don't know what they can play. Maybe I'm just supposed to play speaker and hold open village rights. I'm really not sure what they're on. I'm kind of just worried about a Storm's Wrath, but... yeah, let's try to play around a sweeper a little bit. We'll go for this and hold open village rights. We're not going to commit the Retribution just yet. And even if we had put the counter on the Aspirant, it doesn't counter a Storm's Wrath. Midnight Clock, that's fine. I wonder what the opponent's on. So far it's just been a lot of ramp. Okay. Okay, tick-tock goes the clock, I guess. Okay, opponent's down to 3. How greedy is it to play the Retribution? I think that's really greedy. But at the same time, like... how much mana are they going to be on? They're going to be on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7... they can have Ugin, so I think we just hold. Having a castle here would be great. And they have to respect, like, at least 2 threats to stay alive. Definitely not playing Baneslayer, but there's an argument for the Retribution. Yeah, there it is. There's the Ugin. Okay. So Ugin -2 coming in? There's no way they bolt. Like, they just lose if they bolt. Yeah, so what do we care about in the being in the yard? I think we care about this. So we'll draw some cards. Valkyrie's not bad. And at least we've taken them off some mana. Okay. Got some upkeep stops there. So we can force them into -5ing. Let's bluff another village rights and say go. Yep. We essentially force a minus here or another answer. Only so much we can do about this. What you got? I feel like if we had a 1-drop, we would have closed this game out. Waking the Trolls, land destruction. I mean, I don't really care. Like, I have plenty of mana right now. And you have a threat you have to respect. Should have destroyed my tap land, but okay. My untap land. So you minus and you take out your own midnight clocks, which isn't great. Yep. And we force their Ugin down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now we just go for double Valkyrie, get the life gain boost. So even if they have a Storm's Wrath here, it doesn't matter. They don't even have double red. Oh, they have the World Tree fixing on now because they took my planes, which is pretty funny. Is this all lands? Yeah, tap one of any color. Okay. Yep, Storm's Wrath. Yeah, good game. So I was right to play around Storm's Wrath, or quote-unquote play around Storm's Wrath. They say oops, but yeah, these Valkyries get us through it. Very good. So weird ramp pile, but as long as we pace our threats and play properly, we should be alright. Okay, mana's good, hand is pretty solid. Well, let's go. So do we start on Vessel or Savior? Vessel gets us to 27 life quicker, but this is a better defensive unit, especially with the Aspirant. So I think we just go for the Savior. Again, I had to restart my system, so you might get a little bit of lag in this game, but it should just be for the first couple turns, if that. And we'll see what we're up against. Good old mono red, nice. We're gonna play this out. I can do a pass for priority check, but I think this is worth playing. We want to beef up the savior, sorry, the aspirant, because even though it pushes through less damage, we want to be sacrificing this to protect. On the play against mono red with this card is really nice. Oh, not mono red, okay, Gruul. Interesting. So they are definitely going to be pressuring our life total. Village rights. Well, it's all just a little bit awkward. I really needed land 3 there, and I don't exactly have double blacks to play Vessel plus Village rights. So we just keep going with this plan. And we'll play the Null Priest. Ideally, I'm playing this after I play Righteous Valkyrie, but we don't have land 3, so we do what we can do. Eventually, this will reach the graveyard, and when it does, we can call it back and make a 5/5, so that's pretty solid. But yeah, if we can start gaining life, we're going to get way more ahead. And the Null Priest is going to help with that. Right now, Aspirant isn't bone crushable, and we still have the dog as protection. We're just missing some mana. Mammoth, okay. Lots of green on their part. Actually, they could have gone for another color. So we make this a 4/4 and attack with both instead of gaining a bit more life. I think that's okay. So now they can chump block. We go to damage. Sad tap land here. And now we have to think, do we want Vessel on the board or do we want Village Rights? I think we want Vessel as another blocker for the Mammoth, and then potentially call it back to make a 5/5. Opponent's on 9, so okay, that's a problem. That's a huge stat boost. That is a substantial stat boost, so if they have cleave here, we're in trouble. Again, we can't block the elemental, so it's gonna get through anyways. Hopefully they just don't have cleave, like that's our best bet. Please no cleave trample over. Naturally. Okay, so how much life are they going to be at? They're gonna hit me for 16 plus 5, 21. So I have to gain this life. And I think I'm still dead regardless. Yeah. Just about. Jesus Christ. Fabled Passage, eh? What a card. Okay, 4 lands against Yorion, but we have Aluris, so let's go. And a Baneslayer Ranger, that's pretty funny. Let's start on black. Maybe I should have just gone for this as a black source, but I think we're going to need a lot of, at least double white in the future, which we have, so maybe I'm supposed to just hold that. I think this is okay, though. Okay. So this is white. If we play this as white, but this is white, but we want this to enter untapped, so do we just have to pay? I think we just have to pay. Oh, maybe this is, Jesus, this is me just trying to not be greedy. All right, let's just not be greedy and play our lands out, especially against the control deck. Like, we do what we can. And we have Ardenvale, so maybe Ardenvale can actually help us get there. They scry to the top, and we're going to start gaining a bit of life back. Especially because Aspirant's the target. They shouldn't be scared of the Vessel. In fact, they should be scared to kill the Vessel. Okay, so it is blue-white. Glass Casket. And they take the Aspirant. Okay, so happy with my counter placement. And we draw land. Oh god. I'm gonna get punished for playing these as lands. We don't play out the Lurrus because we need value from it, and the opponent's going into a Wrath turn, so if they Wrath us, and then, or potentially Wrath us, and then we don't get any value from the Lurrus, we're in trouble. Call is nice. Okay, so this needs 5 mana to actually be used. We get in there. Now, because we drew the call, I think I'm okay playing out the Lurrus just as a body. But only because we drew this and we actually have to pressure the opponent somehow. Pause means this might be a saw it coming, but countering naked Lurrus doesn't look great. Okay, so it just is the tome draw. Alright. Double white acquired. So we could be looking at a tap out Doomscar. Shatter the Sky. Alright. That's actually okay. That's fine. So we have call for the Lurrus. Hold on, we'll play this out. We want the castle online now. So if we call back the Lurrus, then we have 2 extra mana. We can make a 5/5 and play dog. So I need 1 white and 1 black open. Especially all the opponents tapped out. Scry is holding priority. They can gain 4 life at any time. We have to remember that. Make a 5/5. And we play out our protection. Alright, so we've built a decent board state. Also, next shadow we get to draw a card. Kind of sad we did it the time before, but I think this is okay. We have Castle, and we have a Baneslayer Angel as just a big threat. Which, I mean, they are a control deck. And it doesn't have haste, so they pretty much can inevitably answer. Alright, Birth. So they hit their land, and now what? You just pass? Okay. If they're just passing, I guess I'm happy. We draw a bit too much land for my liking. So we have triple white. I guess we can get triple black down in just a second. Let's attack with all. Home in. Okay. That's fine. If they double block the Lurrus, I just sack the Savior, and then I get to replay it. This is fine. And they take 5 in the air, and we still get to activate Castle. They only have 1 white mana, and this means they also don't get to draw from the tome. So we play you out from the yard, actually getting Lurrus value, so you'll have to see it. And now I need, well, now we just play this out as white to actually activate our castle, and then we can play the other one out as black. So, we do hold open Castle Ardenvale here because we don't want to overextend on the board. We already have a pretty solid board presence. So being able to instant speed make a 1/1 is probably the safest play. Main phase Omen. Always happy to see that. That's fine. We did not draw a very aggressive hand. 2 to the bottom. I think they're looking for lands. Maybe they have an ECD and they're just trying to be a Greed Lord and hit their land drop before playing it. Glass Casket. Frustrating. So you take the Lurrus, I guess. Yeah, they take the Savior. That definitely won't do. I want that in the yard. Make the Lurrus indestructible. I don't think there's a 2-mana kill a thing. There's like swift response, but I feel like they would have done that already. They can draw a card. Okay. Pretty sure they haven't hit their land, so they're just going to do it now if they drew one. And they drew one, okay. Let's make a 1/1. And we drew another dog. That's pretty funny. Okay, so we start here. No point in attacking with this, the wall blocks it, but I guess we can just test the resolve and throw it. They can't block the Luris because Menace. Yep. Going it down to 8. Second dog. And hold open castle again. I think that's actually fine. I know we're making a lot of white, but we have a lot of white cards to cast. And we keep having a castle to activate. Like, if we draw Aghanim Awakening, sure, I get punished, but there's only one left in the deck, and I think doing everything super mana efficiently is better. Again, for the same reason that we didn't tap out last turn, we don't tap out this turn, we just hold open castle. Another main phase Omen, very good. See, even if opponent finds a board clear here, we just Savior, and we know they run Shatters, so we get to draw a card. They would clear out their wall, we get to make a 1/1, and they're dead at exactly 1. So even like Doomscar or Shatter don't do it here. Yep. So we protect the 5/5. And we protect the Luris, which is why I actually played out both of them. So they lose their wall, we lose our 1/1. And we make our instant speed 1/1. And that's just lethal. Whew. We just dissected that blue-white control deck. But yeah, they have a nightmare situation to deal with Dog Luris. Like, the combo is just disgusting. And Castle actually was going to put in some work. Like, if we didn't have this Luris combo, we would be pretty far behind. But we would have Castle Art Veil every turn, which is a really good card to have against Azorius control. Alright guys, and we are back. So, I don't think this is a tier 1 competitive craft me deck, but I do think it is a decent aggro deck in the meta. It has its moments, as you guys saw. It can definitely get the job done, but it is just, or how it feels is like a less consistent version of mono white with a Angels sub-theme, which is really cool. If we had more just raw white Angels in Standard, I could see this deck actually performing, but the Black Splash, while it isn't horrible, it isn't stellar either. I had a lot of turns where I wanted to double spell with 2 black cards like Cleric and I don't know, playing Call or playing Free as Retribution, and we just get screwed on white mana. And even though I am slightly slanted towards white, like, you can't tell me my mana base is crazy white focused. Also, the Bolt lands, while they are a good additions to the deck, you might want to consider replacing them for either Temple, which I don't recommend because it is an aggressive deck, or just more basics, because while they are really useful to have, it does take you off your Speaker of the Heavens and Righteous Valkyrie plans, and those aren't your like #1 plan A must do, but they are solid plans the deck has access to. So that's going to be it for me, guys. Again, deck list will be in the description down below as always, and I will catch you in the next one. Peace out.